All right, hi boys and girls, welcome back from spring break. I hope you had a relaxing spring break with your family. You had a really good Easter. We are back, unfortunately not in person, but we are going to keep doing our online learning. So let's make sure we're focused, we're trying our best, we're asking questions, and just working hard. So I'm really excited that we are going to be doing a book study. For about 2 weeks, we'll be on this book, 2, 3 weeks, and then we'll switch to different book. So this first book we're doing is Judy Blume, Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing. And we're going to be reading it and answering some questions, looking at the vocabulary, just really looking at all parts of this book. So to give you a little summary, or to give you a little intro to this book, it says, "This fudge isn't so sweet." Two is a crowd when Peter and his little brother Fudge are in the same room. Grown-ups think Fudge is absolutely adorable, but Peter and his pet turtle Dribble know the truth. From throwing temper tantrums to smearing mashed potatoes on the wall, Fudge causes mischief wherever he goes. So we're going to be reading about Peter and Fudge and Dribble, who's right there, and find out all the different shenanigans they get into, and it's going to be a fun time. So, this, of course, is the cover that you're going to be doing. I'm going to link in this copy so you will be able to read it. As you can see here, it says Chapter 1, The Big Winner, and then you scroll through, and here it says Chapter 2, Mr. and Mrs. Juicio, and you keep going. So you'll always, when it comes to a new part, always tell you what chapter you are on. We're going to be doing 2 chapters every 2 days, and again, it'll say in the slides what you need to be doing. There's also a YouTube video that matches up with this book. So if you want to have it read to you while you follow along on paper, that is completely fine. We'll link in the audio recording too, so you can listen to it. Before we get started reading it, this is what you will be going to every day. This is your slide presentations, or your slide presentation, sorry. So as you can see here, it says Section 1, Chapters 1 and 2, a novel studied by, and you're just going to click here, delete the blue, and type in your name. This first slide, oh, wait, this is not the one I want. 1 second, please. Alright, sorry about that. These are the slides I want. So like I said, on this first slide, you'll see where the blue is. It says any blue text, that's where you delete and you write your answers. So right here, you're going to write your name in there for chapters 1 through 2. Then you will come to a section that says Dictionary Detective, and I will have the definitions filled in and examples of how to use this vocabulary in a sentence. And we'll talk about that in just 1 second. I just want to explain what the slides look like for every chapter. So again, you have your opening slide, you have the vocabulary slide, then you have another vocabulary slide where you will use the words in the box to fill in the definition and then to fill them in the blank. And then you'll have 1 question to answer at the bottom, and you'll be doing that on your own. Again, I'll explain it more in a little bit. The next slide is always 4 questions about the book to make sure that you are reading. And then again, you type your answer where the blue is, and I'll explain that more in the future. And then the chapter summary, we will do live together when we have our live sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Or if you cannot join us then you will have to watch the video and do it on your own. And then it says the end of section 1, and then it moves on to the next chapters. So again, there's always the beginning slide, and then it goes through the same thing. Some vocabulary and definitions, and then the vocabulary you'll do on your own. 4 questions about the 2 chapters you just read, and then the summary sheet. So let's go back up here. So You are going to be reading today chapters 1 and 2. So before you even start reading, we are going to go ahead and go over some words that you might see that you might not know. So we're going to get to know these words. So this first word is separate, and the definition is not joined or placed or kept apart. So my example is here is I separated my Halloween candy into 2 piles so I could share with my baby brother. So separate, keeping it apart. If I say in class, I need you to separate, you have to move apart from one another. Our second vocabulary word today is measly, so small or not important. He gave me a measly pencil when I won Kahoot. I wanted 3 pieces of candy. So sometimes you guys complain about a measly prize. You say, oh, I didn't want that. I wanted something else. So right here, he's complaining that he got a measly pencil when he wanted 3 pieces of candy. So something small or not important. So we have separate and measly. Our next one is advantages. Benefits are things that are useful or helpful. So my example is being able to sleep in is an advantage of online learning. It is a benefit or something helpful. We get more sleep because of our online school. It is an advantage. One advantage of buying your tickets buying your tickets early to go to a fair, or go to the movies, or go to a baseball game is you get to go in right away. You don't have to wait in line and buy tickets there. So advantage, a benefit. Vanish, to disappear. The rabbit vanished when the magician waved his magic wand. Vanish, to disappear. Resist, to fight against, to try and stop something or someone. Timothy tried to resist the doctor when he went to give him a flu shot. So resist, you're trying to stop something or to fight against. Maybe you've seen a student resist going out to recess because they wanted to stay inside and play on their Chromebook. Resist, to fight against. And the last one is account, a business arrangement between a company and another company or person. The school has an account with Walmart. They get all their supplies from there. So an account, it has to do with a business. You may go to a store saying, put that on my account. It has to do with a business arrangement. And again, so you might be familiar with some of those words. You might be familiar with all of them. You might not know any of them. Pay attention to when you see them in the book. So this next slide 3, is what you are going to be doing on your own. So this first part, 1 through 6, again, has to do with the definition. So use slide 2 and the examples I give you to help fill this out. So for example, number 1, to oppose something, to fight something off. Well, over here I talked about that, which one it means to fight someone off, to fight against. You look for that word, and then you click here. Oops. Delete the blue and write the word, and you are only going to use each word once. And then down here, they have sentences. You're just filling them in. Misty the cat will blank the vet no matter how gentle he is. And it's, again, using those definitions. If you're having trouble with this, please ask a parent to help you. I know this vocabulary is hard, so if you have an older sibling or a parent or a grandparent to help you, they can help you with this. Vocabulary is hard. And then down here, you again are only using these words once. And then this last question says, in chapter 2, Mr. Yarby says he's a firm believer in good old-fashioned manners. What do you think a firm believer means? And again, type here, just type what you think. It can just be like a sentence or a couple words. That's no problem. So again, you are filling out slide 3 today, and you are reading chapters 1 and 2, and it says in your Monday slides today. It tells you to do that. And then tomorrow during our live session or on the video, we're going to talk about what goes on in the chapter. So have some of these in the back of your head while you're reading. If you could give another title to this section, what happens in these chapters, what's your favorite part, what are 3 words to describe the chapters, what do you think is going to happen next? And then you're going to be doing these questions on your own, so you can go ahead and look at them right now before you even read, to know what you're looking for. But again, today you only need to do slide 3 and read chapters 1 and 2. So again, I'll link in this paper copy and I'll link in the video so you can listen to it. Please let me know if you have any questions.